and welcome to Deep Dive with DEVGRU Networks. My name is Mike Coker. I'm your host. And today I have my good friend, Edgar Lombera.
Thanks, Mike.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for coming. Glad to have you. I'm excited to have this discussion and go through a bunch of topics. And so as the business grows, as you continue to build these networks out, we're seeing, and we're sitting here, we got a QFX 5230 100 gig switch with 400 gig ports for uplink.
Right.
But now we've got versions that are both 400 gig and 800 gig.
That's right.
So explain like when do you need that? You know, kind of what does that look like?
Yeah, that's kind of a trick question, because the question is, and the discussion is around 100 gig, 400 gig, 800 gig, the presumption is bandwidth. That's an important factor. Sometimes you could say, yeah, I need 800 gigs on a link. Sure. There's a lot of ways to get there. It doesn't always have to be a coherent 800 gig link, maybe it does. But the other aspect on this consideration is not just the bandwidth, but in fact, the latency. And this becomes even more important with like AI workloads, large data, motion that occurs, the size of individual flows, et cetera. Those are other maybe not so obvious aspects. So you could say, I have 10 customers, each customer requires a gig of throughphut, that's 10 gigs, right? And then you can say, oh, well, that should be, I'll only be running at 50% capacity with these guys. Okay, sure, that's one way, but that doesn't actually answer the question of, real performance of the network. Latency is often a bigger problem for very sensitive, high performant demand applications. And you get that by increasing your bandwidth, but your link speed as well. It's that serialization delay.
A lot of east-west traffic that's
where you get
more prevalent
Yes,
now.
exactly. And that's, as the applications are distributed across multiple servers, et cetera, moving data from storage to GPUs and et cetera, latency is the deciding factor. If it's strictly bandwidth, well, you can start, again, if everything is a router, right? You could just literally start adding links between devices and you can get to whatever bandwidth you need. Now, if you're saying, hey, my bandwidth, I'm actually doing one very large flow, 130 gig flow, well then 200 gig links are not gonna help you. Yeah. Right? 400 gig, right? Or, you could do other things too, but anyways, you can go down a rabbit hole there. But those are the important factors, I think. Is latency a factor or is it just bandwidth? Where is the pricing? What is the economic return on this investment? Everyone knows there's going to be a certain link speed that's kind of like the market sweet center, right? That's going to be your most effective return on investment, versus going to the top end, brand new, whatever that is, right? So, those are important factors to 400 gig, 800 gig. Yeah.
Speaking of all the models, I think I screwed up the name of this one.
This is a 5130.
5130. Yeah.
40, it's the 48C. So 48 ports of 10100, and then 8 ports of 100/400. Right. That's what we got here.